What's up, everybody? So today I have a 1955 proof set, $2.10 back in the day. It was already opened. The only reason I got this was because I got it for a decent price on eBay. Yes, my hands are dirty. Not like dirty though, washed dirty. The only reason I picked it up is because I got it for a pretty good price on eBay. I don't typically get the 55s just because there's not that many valuable items in it. However, today we're going to be looking for, on the penny, there's a FS 103/801, which is a double die obverse and a double die reverse. And on the nickel, there is a triple die reverse, which is the FS 801. I've actually had these sitting in my house for about a month now. I had so much stuff go on in the last month, guys, you have no idea. It's been a rough month, but don't usually get these with a lot of toning on them, to be totally honest. Kind of cool. I don't mind toning on proof coins. I think it's pretty nice. Everybody likes shiny coins, but it's cool to get some nice toning too. So I'll just do the preliminary check here. Oh, got some toning on the obverse here. Dime's looking, everything looks nice in the packs, and this pack is still very flexible. So it's been stored well, hasn't had too much exposure. It may have been closed and whoever sold it to me opened it, which is a high likelihood, and they searched for whatever they wanted to search for and didn't find it, so then they sold it to me. But at any rate, at a decent price, so I'm not gonna complain. So let's tear her open. As well as looking for those varieties on the penny and the nickel, I'm also looking for cameos or just anything higher quality. You know the routine if you've been watching my stuff. If you haven't, start watching it. Subscribe. Let's start off with the penny and see what we got. Quite a bit of toning on it. And I apologize for my voice. I have got a pretty bad cold at the moment. And I've got a splitting headache as we speak. So there might not be a whole lot of pep in my step on this video, but just wanted to get a quick little video out for you guys this Sunday. All right, I'm gonna take a look at it with the loupe and see if by chance I have that variety. So here's the thing about toning on proof coins, especially proof coins. This goes for all coins, honestly, but on proof coins, you can't, you're not gonna have a lot of marks on them anyway, so they should be relatively high grade. However, like with this, a lot of times you'll see polishing marks in the fields. Small lines and stuff. Is not a perfectly mirrored finish most of the time. With the toning, you actually can't see those. So it's kind of a give and a take. You may not see the polishing marks, which could give it a higher grade if the toning is deemed to be attractive toning. But if it's unattractive toning, you're probably going to be in the same, in the same ballpark if you had a whole bunch of polishing marks. So the face of this has a lot of toning. I wouldn't call it the most attractive toning. And on the back, the toning is not so much. And you can see, maybe not in the video here, there are a little bit of polishing marks between the N and the T right there. But it is a pretty nice coin. And I don't see polishing marks on the obverse. Doesn't mean they're not there. I don't know if it'd be worth restoring. Probably not. I would guess it would probably come back as a 67 with the potential to get downgraded maybe to a 66 just because of unattractive toning. You could take the risk and restore it and potentially have a nice obverse with no polishing marks anyway, in which case it'd probably be a pretty solid 67, but if it exposes a bunch of polishing marks, it could also knock it down to a 66. Just for shits and giggles, let's call it a 67, and I'll pop the value up on the bottom right. And by the way, I did not find any of the double die obverse or the double die reverse, so it's just a normal coin PR67. I've noticed in a lot of these proof sets, the quarters tend to have a lot of polishing marks. So I'm not seeing a lot of polishing marks. So the obverse is pretty nice. I'm not seeing many engraving lines or polishing marks, I should say. The toning's not unattractive. Not the prettiest, but it's not necessarily unattractive. The reverse looks really nice. I don't see a lot of polishing marks, but it's got like these, almost looks like watermarks, but that can't really be the case. So I don't know if it's toning. Oh, look at that. That did not show up to me until I put it in the camera at this angle. It almost looks like milk spots starting. And I did look at it under the loop on the, I guess it would be the right wing, but on the left side there, it almost looks like re-engraving marks or something. You can't quite see it in the video, but without having many polishing marks or horrible toning, I would probably call this a 67 also if it wasn't restored. If it was restored, honestly, I don't see many polishing marks. It could be a 68. So if you looked at my other videos on cleaning coins, I've had some success with that. So I would potentially take this one and clean it before I send it in. And if there's not many polishing marks, I think this one could actually be a 68. If you want to see that video on cleaning coins, go there, and I will pop up on the bottom right the value of a PR68. The old Roosevelt. So, looks kind of rough, but that's just toning. Trying to look past the toning and see if there's polishing marks that stand out or any marks of any kind. Not seeing anything at the moment. Yeah, honestly, I gotta say, there's something between the leaves and the torch below states. Looks like a little polishing mark. You can kind of see something above the 1. I can see a few polishing marks on the reverse of this sucker, but not horrible. I'm gonna take a look at it through the loop. So after taking a closer look at it through the loop, something that's odd about this coin is that the fields, especially on the obverse, are more like a satin finish. I mean, it's not like super standout, but compared to the other ones, it's just does not have the mirrored finish like the others. Maybe it's just was a die in a later die progression or something, more used, not polished. Maybe it was right before being polished. I'm not sure, but on the reverse, I do see a few, I shouldn't say a few, maybe 2. I think I spotted 2 polishing marks, and the reverse doesn't have the satiny finish as much as the front. So I'm not sure. Don't know what that really means, if it means anything at all, but let's call this a 67. Let's get Ben out here. Now, I gotta say, I do like the toning on this one. And I think it looks better in person. There, you can kind of see it. That's a good representation of what it looks like in person more than through the camera. The camera definitely affects how these things look a lot of times. Like right there, I think that looks pretty cool. That's a pretty good shot. However, when you start moving it around, you can really see a lot of the polishing lines on it, possibly bag marks, I don't know. So grade-wise, this probably wouldn't be super high. But I do like the toning. I gotta say the back's pretty cool too. I just like it. I think it's a cool tone coin. So I'd probably send this in to Annex just to get it encased. I think it's a cool looking coin. I don't see a lot of polishing marks on the reverse. Let me take a closer look at it through the loop and I'll guess a grade. All right, so I gotta say, looking at it through the loop, the devices on the obverse have a ton of polishing marks on them. The fields, not as much. Maybe some of them are being hidden through the toning, but the devices actually kind of have a frostiness to them too. Probably not enough to get me a cameo, especially with the back. I mean, you can't really tell. If it were cameo, you wouldn't be able to tell anyway. But it's just a cool looking coin. I honestly, I really like how this coin looks. And then on the reverse here, you don't really see any polishing lines anywhere, probably because the toning's so aggressive on the reverse. But I do think I'll probably send this one in. It's a pretty cool looking coin. If I had to grade this, my guess would be possibly 64, if I'm lucky, 65, just because of how many polishing marks are on the obverse. And I think the toning's cool, but I really don't know how graders would consider that. But I don't think it's horrible. All right, and here's the last one, the nickel. Got some toning on it, striations. Not seeing a ton of polishing marks, but what I really care about is the triple die reverse, if it's got it. So let me take a closer look. And it does not appear to have it. So, however, nice quality-wise overall. I would probably, to be honest, I'm not really seeing polishing marks on this one. So, this is a pretty nice coin, honestly. Yeah. If I had to guess a grade, which I do, because it's the video, and that's what I do. So I would guess, I'd call it honestly, I'd call this one a PR68. It's a pretty nice coin, especially if it was restored with no toning on it. And there you have it, guys. That's that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Sorry for the low energy video, just not feeling very good today. Take it easy, guys.